of you know, most of you know, I don't have any children, but I do read a lot of mommy blogs. I do try to kind of get parents' perspective on celiac disease, children's perspective on celiac disease, and a lot of the stuff I've been reading lately on my mommy blogs are that sometimes parents tend to be more lenient with their gluten-free children by not restricting their diet as they would their children who don't have food restrictions, in the sense that Jane has celiac, so Jane might not have to have vegetables with dinner, and she gets extra pasta, gluten-free of course, and then gets to have a big bag of M&Ms because they're gluten-free. And it's clear that gluten-free kids have an even bigger need to be eating a balanced diet to get the proper nutrition, to have the right vitamins and minerals in their diet. But it's difficult to say no in your households when someone can't, when it's regulated by what people can eat. So many adults also go through this kind of like phase once they get diagnosed that doesn't really matter what it is, that they just want to eat it because it's gluten-free, because they feel restricted and have this negative emotional response to having simple pleasures of food taken away from them. So I wanted to give some tips about how to handle this topic in your house if it's something you need some tips on, that I've kind of gotten from other blogs and came up with myself. But do the grocery shopping alone. Don't bring your little munchkin along who's going to want the ring tings and the cookies and everything. Don't stock foods in your house that you didn't stock before. As in, if your child didn't eat hazelnut wafers before they went gluten-free, don't stock hazelnut gluten-free wafers unless it's, a special treat and replacing, I don't know, some Kit Kat, something like that. Don't bring a lot of treats in just because they're gluten-free. What else? Some people don't agree with me here, but I feel like, and again, I don't have kids, so it's harder for me to say, but when one person in the family, when a child is gluten-free, the whole family is gluten-free, because it's very difficult for a child to understand why they have a shelf and why they can't eat this. It's different with an adult in any situation, but for children, it's kind of an all-for-one mentality. If one child has to do it, I think the whole family needs to go, and then no one is left out feeling like sad that they couldn't eat something the sister or brother could eat, and then you don't have this pressure to be more lenient with them anyway. Also, I think this is a really good time to have honest conversations with your children about food. I think food is a topic in a household, regardless if they're allergies or intolerances, that needs to have an open dialogue. I think the startling statistic, there are 10 million Americans with eating disorders, and I mean, that's just massive. And I think having an honest dialogue about food, what people like, how kids at school are reacting to them being on a gluten-free diet, and just having a place where you can talk honestly and openly about food is a very important thing in your household. And as one of my favorite shows, Super Nanny, says, don't feed into the drama. Kids are smart. And if they know they can make you feel badly and get a cupcake instead of vegetables, they're going to do it. So, kids need those rigid boundaries and they need set rules. So step in and don't feed into the drama, and just tell them, as the lovely Kirsten Boncher says, vegetables first, dessert second. And if you eat your vegetables, you get dessert. If you don't eat your vegetables, that's fine, but you don't get dessert. And yeah, make your household, everyone on an equal food playing field. Again, this, like I wrote down, this might mean baking last-minute cupcakes to take to school because someone's having a birthday, but it doesn't mean that gluten-free cupcake becomes dinner for your little munchkin. So, Kirsten says, veggies first, sweet second. So, hope this helps. If you have any strategies in your household about how you handle things with your gluten-free kid, let me know. Leave a comment. Hope everyone's doing well out there. As always, it's from Have Not to Have and Gluten-Free Dining.